Here's Mastery Pre-Quiz 3.3. Start with number 1. We know that in order to graph something in standard form, the easiest way to do it is just to plug in 0 for one variable at a time, and then solve, right? So I'm going to plug in 0 for x, and then I'm also going to plug in 0 for y. So here, this becomes 4y equals negative 8. Divide by 4, I get y equals negative 2. So this is x and y. So here I plugged in 0 for x, and I got y is negative 2. And then here, negative 8 divided by positive 2 is negative 4. So here I get x is negative 4, and y, I plugged in 0 for y. So I can go ahead and graph those 2 points. 0, negative 2 is here. And negative 4, 0 is here. And then at home you might not have had a ruler. Right, that's fine, neither do I. So I'm back to using my Ralph's ad. And your line should look like this. Number 2. Same deal. I'm going to plug in 0 for x. And I'm also going to plug in 0 for y. So this becomes, careful, negative y equals 6. Okay, now that's a negative 1y equals 6. So we need to divide, get rid of that negative 1. Right, we only have to do that if it's negative. If it's positive y, you're done. It's just y equals 6. But if it's negative, you have to do this. So that's 0, negative 6. And then here, this just cancels. Negative 0 is the same as 0. This is x equals 3. So I get 3, 0, 0, negative 6. And your line looks something like this. Let's flip to the back. Back's a little bit different, and you may have to tackle these questions in a way that's like different than what you're used to. This graph shows the amount of gas in ounces in a lawnmower gas tank over time as George mows the lawn. Use the graph to answer questions 3 and 4. Okay. First question, what does the point marked with a triangle represent? So here's the deal, you can read the answer choices first, but I actually think because the answer choices are designed to be confusing, I think it's pretty important that we just look at this point and decide what it represents, and then look at the answer choices and see what matches. And so if I look at what it represents, well, there's a time axis, right? And where is it on the time axis? It's at 0. So this is 0 time, right? So 0 time has passed, 0 minutes have passed. And it's at 30 what? 30, this is ounces, right? It says it's in ounces. That's what OZ means. This is 30 ounces of gas. So what does it mean that 0 time has passed? Well, he hasn't started yet, right? Like if 0 time has passed, like he's just like getting the lawnmower out and getting started. So this point represents that he's just starting and he has 30 ounces of gas. So let's read the answer choices. There are 0 ounces of gas after 30 minutes. Nope, we want an answer choice that says he's like just starting, right? George starts with 30 ounces of gas. That seems right. Let's keep reading. George has 30 ounces of gas when he's done. No, he's just starting. He's not done. George uses 30 ounces of gas each time he uses the lawnmower. Well, that we don't know at all, right? We just know this one time he uses the lawnmower. So that's like kind of ridiculous. Okay, so B is our answer. What does the point marked with an arrow represent? Okay, so again, let's not read the answer choices until we've sort of figured it out. What does this represent? Well, let's look on the time axis. It's at 40. So that's 40. And what is time? Well, it's minutes. So 40 minutes have passed. And it's at 10 on the amount of gas axis. So it's 10 ounces of gas. So he's been mowing the lawn for 40 minutes. He has 10 ounces of gas. So let's find the extras. George mows the lawn for 40 minutes only. No, in fact, it looks like he keeps mowing. George has 40 ounces of gas left after 10 minutes of mowing the lawn. And here's where this answer is tempting because you're like, oh yeah, that sounds about right. But this is 40 ounces, right? But look, this is 40 minutes. This is 10 minutes. This is 10 ounces. So this one's actually mixed up. George has 10 ounces of gas left after 40 minutes of mowing. Let's check. 10 ounces. 10 ounces after 40 minutes. 40 minutes. That one's the correct one. George has a total of 50 ounces of gas at this point. So here we've just added the numbers, but that doesn't make sense because it's 10 minutes and 40 ounces. We can't add those. So it should be B and C on the back.